You hear all the time when watching aquarium-related YouTube videos about researching the fish and tank setup before you buy them. So I decided to take you on a little trip today to the local university to talk about researching aquarium fish. While there are obvious places, I do want to dive a little bit deeper and let you know where some of the top places are to research your next aquarium fish. So let's go back to the barn and get started. So let's start out with the most obvious place, Google or your favorite search engine. I'm going to include YouTube in this as well, since it is the second largest search engine after Google. By doing a simple search on the fish or tank setup that you're looking at, you'll get a wide variety of results from videos, blog articles, and everything under the sun. This content can come from a wide variety of different sources, from scientists to your average hobbyist and everything in between. My recommendation would be to digest as much information as you can from as many different sources as you can, and then ultimately come up with your own decision. Ultimately, it's you, the fish keeper, that's in charge of making the best decisions for your tank and your future inhabitants. Speaking of the internet, there are a few websites here that I would like to highlight. The first one is fishbase.org. We can either type the common name or the scientific name of the particular species that you're looking for in the correct field. The search result will pull up a ton of scientific data that we can scroll through. Here is an example of the search result you get looking at guppies. As we scroll down, there's a lot of information here that you can digest, like entomology, fish size, natural environment, biological description, CITES and IUCN information, and much more. One of the most useful things I do find on this site is food items. If you have a fish that is difficult to feed, you can look here and see examples of the gut content of the species you're looking at. In this particular case, you can see that the guppies in question were eating insects. But as we scroll around here, there's definitely a ton of information you can look at regarding your favorite aquarium fish. So another site I want to point you to is seriouslyfish.com. If you click on the knowledge base tab, then go to profile search, you can enter your favorite species, and then click on the first item, which is your species profile. This will give you much of the same information as Fishbase. However, as we keep scrolling down, you will find more information about aquarium size, diet requirements, and aquarium behavior. This website also has publications, blog articles, as well as a forum. So this is definitely another site to check out in researching your favorite aquarium fish. Along with these two sites, there are definitely a couple of genus-specific sites as well. One of my favorites is Planet Catfish, which is specifically geared towards plecos and other catfish species. Another site that I do come across is ANGFA, which is highly geared towards information and the conservation of rainbow fish. Both of these sites provide great information on their specific species. If you know of any other sites like this, definitely go ahead and leave that in the comments section so that we all can learn from it. Another great place for information is your local aquarium club or society. If you don't know where to find your local aquarium society, I will go ahead and put a link in the description of where you can find the aquarium society closest to your area. Most of these organizations hold monthly meetings where they bring in experts on various aquarium topics, and there's definitely a lot of knowledge to be gained. Most of these clubs also have their own expert aquarist who can help you with any question that you might have. Another great aspect of these clubs is that they hold annual or biannual swaps and auctions, where you can find a wide variety of quality fish and even some rare fish that you wouldn't find at your local fish store. Tying into the local aquarium clubs, many fish species have national or international societies. These organizations put out publications detailing care requirements and other information on the specific species they're interested in. They also hold annual conventions where you can interact with leading experts on these particular aquarium species, as well as get to know other hobbyists. These organizations do have a conservation mindset where they look to protect and preserve the specific species that they're working with. I'll go ahead here and flash up some of the various organizations that I'm aware of, but also put a link in the description. Your local fish store is another great place to do research. A good, knowledgeable local fish store employee or owner will be able to guide you in a lot of your fish information. This may take you some time, as you'd want to try different fish stores and form relationships with the employees and ownership of these stores. The local fish club that we mentioned earlier is definitely a great place to meet these individuals outside the fish store setting. One thing you will want to keep in mind is that this fish store may or may not have the lowest prices in town. While they are an older form of media, books and magazines are a great information source. Much like the fish clubs and national societies, these are generally written by experts in their specific field. These books and magazines also go in depth on the particular subject matter more than a website or YouTube video. There are many places to locate these books and magazines, like your local library, Amazon, and even your local aquarium club are great places to locate these resources. Another form of media I do want to cover are forums. So you can search these forums and look for the aquarium species that you're interested in. One thing that you will need to keep in mind going through the threads is that you'll not know the experience level and quality of information from the responses. So this does definitely come down to a judgment call on part of the aquarist. Just because someone does have a lot of postings does not mean they're an expert. One of my favorite forums is the Aquarium Co-op Care Forum, which has plenty of experienced hobbyists and is very well moderated. No matter which one of these sources or combination of sources that you use, the ultimate decision is up to you, the fish keeper, to make the best decisions for your fish and for your aquariums. With that being said, good luck in your research, be safe, stay fishy, and I'll catch you on the next video.